Now that there's more information out about Kyle Busch and his scam IUL policy, let's go through it. So the lawsuit claims that he lost about $8.5 million after being misled into buying a life insurance policy. So the illustration was showing about $10.5 million in premiums based on the misleading illustrations. The problem is, as you see further, they gave multiple illustrations, signed off on one and switched it to another. So Pacific Life said that they probably gave multiple illustrations before ultimately having the plaintiff, Kyle Busch, sign the placeholder illustration, but that it later was changed in violation of regulations. So overall, out of pocket, they lost about $8.5 million. The agent was Rodney A. Smith out of North Carolina. And this was a premium finance case. Basically, you went to a bank, the bank funded the policy, and then they would just pay interest-only payments or pay back some of the loan at the same time. It's a really complicated process with a lot of money. They used speculative projections. This is called a multiplier option. It means when you have an IUL, you have a floor of 0 and a cap of, let's say, 10%. When you use a multiplier, you now extend the cap to, say, 20%, but now your floor is negative 2%. And if they went for the full multiplier, you have no cap, but you have a negative 8.5% floor. In my opinion, if I'm putting a loan towards a policy, I am not going to put the floor below 0%. Stupid. So, using speculative projections, they did not disclose the accurate risks and costs. In addition to the conduct and fundamental flaws of the policy designs, they later said that Rodney Smith had a lot of complaints against him already, so he shouldn't even able to have done this. As I said, his regulatory history in North Carolina alone should have prevented him from structuring and marketing these type of policies. Later, they found out that he had a lot of issues against his licenses, and there was criminal convictions that he did not state. So as I said before, it is not the product, it's the person that sets it up. So whenever you do a premium finance case, I'm going to a bank and I'm saying, hey, Kyle Busch wants to put $1 million a year into his policy, but he doesn't want to do it. Okay, we'll put $1 million into the policy. Whatever the delta is, if we put in $1 million and there's a $600,000 of cash value, the $400,000 difference between the cash value and how much we loaned, we need some kind of collateral. So there's a ton of risks that are associated with premium finance, but if you understand them and you know what you're getting into, it's a beautiful policy. So you have collateral. Whatever the delta is between how much the bank put into your policy and the cash value, you have to put up through real estate, through your securities, whatever. The loan has an interest rate, so you have to pay the interest rate. There could be a personal guarantee in the loan. The bank could call the loan. On the contract, if you were supposed to pay a 5% interest rate and you use a floating rate and rates go up 2%, you now have to pay 7%. If the policy underperforms, you might have to put up more collateral and pay more interest. Why premium finance does make sense, you're using other people's money to fund your policy. You can get a write-off by paying the interest-only payments if it qualifies. And I can put in 70% as much as I would if I funded it out of pocket, plus I got the write-off. And I can live off of tax-free income forever, or use it for estate planning.